Connect, communicate, collaborate. These three words left me a lasting impression when I first come to the United States. And when I first immersed in a new culture, a new environment, a new country that I'm not familiar with. By the way, fellow Toastmaster guests, I came here a year right after September 11th, the tragedy in New York City. There's a lot of challenge in my overcoming to come to this nation, not just become a speaker, but also to develop a career and my compassion for culture. Today, we listen to two excellent speakers. Toastmaster Sam talked about being a protege in sales, how he followed his boss. Toastmaster John Carras talked about charting a new club, an effort to invite others to speak up in an online environment. I had not prepared my speech today, I'll be honest. This is impromptu because I'm taking the summary of Toastmaster Sam and John into my speech on Toastmaster mentoring. And today I want to specify not as a protege, but as a mentor. How can you mentor a new club? I know many of you have listened to me. I have been promoting a new club called Diversity for Success. And this is a new initiative, not just in District 10, but throughout multiple districts, multiple regions, perhaps international as well. I had the luxury to attend a series of webinars just last month, end of July, on communicating across culture. How many of you attended that? Raise your hand. Be honest. What do you think about this? What do you think about Toastmaster communicating interculturally? For me, when I first come to this country, the hurdle, the adversity, the obstacle that I've gone through, I want to translate that into my experience, my lessons learned, to share with you, fellow Toastmaster and guests, so you don't have to go through that. Yes, there's a lot of pain, suffering, and issues that I have overcome, but without a mentor, I probably wouldn't have made it today to where I'm at. No matter the number of awards, the number of achievements, the number of accomplishments, they do not suffice. Just like Toastmaster Mark introduced me, speaking multiple language do not suffice. Intercultural communication. It's our understanding of each other's will suffice. Now, I would like to share with you, if you allows me, on the club that I'm forming, our second meeting. This is what we have hosted just this past weekend. And please let me know, fellow Toastmaster, if you haven't been able to see my screen, put in the chat box, that we had recently. Yes, I see you, Sheila, even though you don't have your video on. And I apologize for pronouncing your name incorrectly. It should be Sheila, not Sheila. My apology. It's important to understand each and one of us, not just pronunciation, but how we can get together as a group. Fellow Toastmaster, how many people do you know in this group? I bet you know every one of us. But do you truly know what we think? Do you truly know what we represent our culture? Hence, that's the reason why we have formed this club called Diversity for Success, because we want to succeed by diversity. This is what we don't see. The iceberg, right? Remember the Titanic movie? What you don't see below the surface always harm you, get you in the back. What do you think as a mentor, what you're supposed to do? Are you supposed to reveal the person what he and she can see at above the surface or below the surface? What's the job as a protege, a mentee, to communicate with a mentor? Above the surface or below the surface? Think about it. Mentorship goes beyond just communication, collaboration, and connections. It's about revealing something that we don't see under the waterline, or in this picture, as I call the waterline of visibility. There's so many categories out there that we're missing. And because of the need, the challenge, coupled with the pandemic we're going through right now, we have to see what's below the surface. Many of you work for Fortune 500 company, Fortune 100 company, entrepreneurial startup. You have interact with people from all walks of life and cultural and from different regions. What do you see in them? Your teammates. And what do you see in your protege? Your mentor. Do you see them as somebody who can reveal that to you? Another excellent reason why we are forming this club. We have a great table topic this weekend. Simple introduction, but also very diverse driven topic, talking about our freedom. Now, I'm not talking about this flag here, okay? Freedom and nationality are two different things. Freedom of thoughts, freedom to express yourself, freedom to collaborate, connect, and communicate. Don't take that as granted. But we have a great group participating in this. One participant catches my attention. She mentioned that freedom is not granted, it's earned. And the way how we speak, how we communicate, how we collaborate, how we connect, it's our choice. Just like diversity. Diversity is the circumstances. Equity and inclusion are our choice. You can choose to have it or not in your company, in your organization, in Toastmasters, in your family. And that's my message today. Not on the line of diversity, but mentorship as well. Are you mentoring someone from a diverse background, someone different than you, someone who don't speak the same language, somebody with a different career, a different generation, somebody may not be good with Zoom? How are you communicating with them, fellow Toastmaster? How are you doing this? And hence the reason why we need to form this club together, because we value diversity, equity, inclusion in communication, collaborate, and connections. So how can you help? I will definitely keep you posted for the next meeting. And if you're willing to participate, I want to share more insights on how maybe one of you can be a mentor for this new club, for this new chartering club that we're initiating in District 10 and beyond. Thank you. Back to you, Mr. Toastmaster.